is strong. Who got it going on? You're dead wrong. The weak of the strong.
So I recently met a recovering crack addict because that's what happens when you get a college degree and choose to do comedy. So I'm talking to her after a show, and we have about 10 minutes of conversation, and then she says to me, "You so cute, I want to bang you." And I was like, well, given earlier in the conversation when you openly admitted to me that you did that very act for $10 multiple times, I'm going to go ahead and pass on your complimentary offer. But then that made me wonder about myself, you know? Like, if a recovering crack addict finds me attractive, what do people who have never done drugs think of me? Like, oh, Sumac, if you're sober, he's a 6. But if you have years of crack usage, he's a knockout. He's the type of guy you bring home to your parents, who you no longer communicate with due to your years of crack usage.
On vacation recently, I had the opportunity to go to a serpentarium. Yeah, it's a thing where basically a guy owns so many snakes that he's like, I should start charging people to look at these snakes. And the people who pay for that are named Laura Sanders. I went to this creepy snake zoo enthusiastically. I got a bunch of people to go. I'm like, serpentarium, once in a lifetime, to see sad snakes in a sad cage. Let's do it. And it was only $8, so either this show or serpentarium, you decide. I'm glad you chose this show. But at the serpentarium, you got the snakes, which you expected. I mean, I'd be a little disappointed if they weren't there. But also, they're, for free, included in that, was a giant display of why chemtrails are killing American families. And also, not for free, but you got the opportunity to buy a newspaper about why 9/11 was an inside job. Just right by the snakes. Which, one, I don't get why you charge for a conspiracy theory newspaper, because you're looking to spread the word, but that's neither here nor there. The other thing was, all my friends that came with me to the snake house, like, whoa, I was here to see snakes, not see some weird shit. I didn't want some weirdo here spreading his message. I'm like, you paid for snakes. I feel like this is the only other thing that could be here at a serpentarium. Can be like serpentarium and like saltwater taffy shop. Like, there's no whimsical hobby. It was fine though, because you could just leave. Like, when there's a conspiracy theorist you don't know, you can just leave. I think it's more awkward when you know someone, because then you're face to face and they tell you that story, and then I feel like everyone makes the same noise when they react to a conspiracy theory that they don't believe. They just go, oh. Because it's a lot harder to go, oh, that's fucking bullshit. Excuse me. So, you just have to be chill and be like, I did not know that. Like, it's a fact about a band you didn't know. You're like, I wasn't familiar. Oh. Because for me, I feel like conspiracy theories, I think they're good stories. Like, I'm interested enough to listen, but I don't want, like, it sounds like to me like government fan fiction. Like, a person, like, I get that they're greedy, I just don't think that they're that good at being greedy. So I will continue just to go, oh.
Dude, I told you I live in the short north. That can be, like, real fucking bizarre sometimes. Like, because here's the thing, and never, like, bad, just weird. Like, if you don't mind it getting weird when you're not weird, then you're fine, and I don't care. Like, I don't want people to not get weird just because I'm not getting weird, but it's like, the short north doesn't stop. And you have to sometimes. Like, sometimes you get home at 2 in the morning, but that's just because, I don't know, you made a late night grocery run, maybe you're coming in from out of town, and you park, and you gotta walk through people getting weird, and you're not weird. You're in sweatpants carrying laundry or something, you know? You're not ready for that. I live right on Buttles and High. I walk through an alley most times to get to my apartment on Buttles, and my adjacent neighbor, the place that I walk right behind right before I get to my apartment, is Axis Nightclub, which is a gay dance club. And they're my neighbors, and they're usually really nice. They give me a lot of entertainment after last call outside my window. Besides that, no complaints, and that's not even complaints, a good thing. But it's weird to experience that at 2 a.m. when you're just coming back from your parents' house in Cleveland. Because you're just in it like, oh, that was a good trip, didn't hit much traffic, I got laundry. And then you're going through the alley and you just see a beautiful man taking out garbage. You see this beautiful man, he's this beautiful man, like this gorgeous, shirtless, bicycle shorts, nothing else. Tennis shoes, but okay. But besides that, just a beautiful, hairless, 20-something man just taking out garbage to the dumpster, because that was his job. And I just wasn't, I didn't even, like I said, I don't care. I just was like, oh, I was not ready for that. It's not a night out. It was just weird. This guy was gorgeous. And like, I'm not even gay, but I can recognize that. Here's the thing, like, guys are real weird about saying other guys are attractive. But that's not weird. You know? Like, you think guys are attractive every day if you're a guy. At least one, yourself. Right? You're making that judgment. Like, I don't care how vain or not vain you are. Everyone at least has one Buffalo Bill moment a day where they're looking in the mirror like, yeah, I'd fuck me. All right, let's go to work. All right, let's go up. So it's not weird. It's not gay or not gay. You can make a judgment on people. And this guy was beautiful. And like I said, I'm not gay. And like, it's not like he would even make me want to have sex with a man, but it was pretty amazing. Like, this is all I can say about this man. Like, you know when you're with your idiot friends as a guy, and you're drinking, and you'll do that, like, how much would it take you to fuck a guy? And you're like, $1 million. If they're like, what about this guy? I'd be like, 800,000. You know, like, he was that good. Like, he was that good looking. He was like, I'll cut you a deal, beautiful. Like, you know, like, but it was just weird, like, only because he was taking out garbage. Like, honestly, if I just saw a guy and another guy like that making out, to me that's not weird. That's just people having fun. It's just like, only in the short north will you see a statue doing menial labor. Like, it was insane. I was like, you shouldn't be taking out garbage, you're amazing. Like, where'd you come from? That's how high the standards are at, like, the sexy gay nightclub. It's like, that guy is garbage beautiful. I'm like, where's the guy that everyone wants to blow? Where's that guy? Because this guy's beautiful and you got him on garbage duty. That's insane. You guys are doing it right, something.